Hey, my name is Miss Carissa. I say Miss Carissa because I work at a group home for foster children with whom I go by Miss Carissa. So now I'm tell everybody I'm Miss Carissa just to not get me confused with anything else. So this is my first time doing a live, or excuse me, a video of some sort. It's been on my heart to do something along the lines of sharing my experience. Not just for other, I like to share my experience for other people, to be helpful, but also to just document my journey in certain areas of my life. Um, Today, I currently live in a small city. I moved from a larger city. I'm originally from this small city, but then I moved to a larger city, and I lived there for almost 19 years. So I love to round it out and say I lived there for 20 years, and because I was very proud of my journey in moving to a bigger city in Ohio. Um, but because I grew up and my son grew up and he got married and started having children, and he got his career started, and he moved or lives closer to my hometown, um, and he has employment there and a job here. um, I wanted to be closer to my grandkids, and me and my husband moved to the small city, um, where I think it's only like 7%. I'll have to relook that up, but I think it's 7%, 7 or 9% black population in the city limits. So not very diverse area. Um, but I never had an issue. I mean, I'm sure everybody, there's certain people that have and certain people that haven't, but I've been able to have a clear, um, like, understanding of what it's like to grow up in a small city, in a small town, um, and move away from home and establish a home and a support system and a family, not blood family, but created a family where I was. And so um, I was very proud of the experiences that I have. And I learned so much, and I really appreciated the more diverse area, um, and the options and the resources and all the things that come with being in a big city. There's some good and there's some bad. I um, wanted to, since I moved back home, I've wanted to really like talk about to somebody. I say this all the time, like to my mom or my family, certain family members that like in this town, they don't know how to communicate, or they don't know how to give information about something. I mean, it feels like it is like pulling teeth to be able to understand what's going on in the town, what's going on in the community, what's coming up. I mean, you can go, I mean, everybody, you can list events on Facebook. You can put out flyers. You can build a website. There's so many areas in which you can um, communicate, but you can also push those things out to the people and spread it around. There isn't a whole lot of that. I mean, if it is, it's very, no one's really used to using social media um, as a whole. And I don't mean, it doesn't have to be young, or it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be young, or you don't have to be old um, to catch on to that. Because I mean, I've had plenty of people that I've had experience with all ages and all walks of life that um, utilize the internet to push for events and stuff like that. So I just really, I've had such a, frustrating time with moving back home, um, that I would like to just begin to document it, and to to create and place where somebody else might be able to learn something, um, but also give myself an opportunity to, you know, say my frustrations, um, also, maybe solve some issues. And if somebody ends up even seeing this video, I don't know. But I have no idea. But I would like to just start by just starting my first video. Today, I decided that I want to uh, start my fitness journey of becoming a healthier me through physical activity. My mother, she gets a discount through her job, so she signed my husband and myself up for going to the local gym. So I was very excited about that. I thought, this is great. It's a great way to like go to the gym and not have to spend a whole bunch of money. And she's, getting the money taken out of her paycheck that she works part time. It's very minimum, but um, I like to try to bless her back with that. But sometimes people just say, "Oh, don't worry about it." So eventually, I'll, help her out. But I'm very grateful for that. So I didn't want to sit and make it go to waste while she was doing it. Having it come out of her paycheck. So I said, I'm gonna go, and I think she's been doing like for about a month or so. The first time we went, my husband and I, the first time we went, they didn't have our names down, so she had to get that cleared up through HR. So now we had planned on going again, just to, since it was all cleared up, and I decided to go today. Today is Tuesday, October the 1st, 2024. And I wanted to go um, and just get signed up. First of all, it was hard enough because when you haven't been to the gym and when you haven't been somewhere for a long time, there's already kind of an anxiety of going into a new place. And then it's a gym. I'm not some big fitness guru that knows a whole lot of stuff. I have some experience on some machines, but if I haven't been on a machine in, I don't know, multiple years, I would have to say right before the pandemic um, is when I was going to the gym. So at least 4 years. Um, over 4 years since I've been to the gym, and it was a whole different type of gym. It was a more commercial type of gym, and when you go to the gym, and that my experience with that was I signed up and went to the gym. When I got signed up, they had a representative of the gym go around, show me each machine, and tell me about the programs, things like that. This experience was completely different. So, before I decided to go and, physically go in, I have been talking to people, and I'm like, man, I need to go in there, but what is it like? Do they have people that's going to show you how to do that, this, that, and the next? And it was just me talking to people when I went to the store, when I went to the pharmacy, when I, talked to friends or family that go to that gym, um, or have been to that gym. Like, what's it like? What do they got? Those kinds of things. And so I got some information by some people because I was asking questions. So today, decided once I got off of work, clocked out, and drove over there and parked in a decent area. Went in through the door, the front door, um, where the public goes into the gym. They have a side door, and I didn't realize that you needed a key fob to get in there. The first time we had went, so I knew this time to go through the front door. So went to the front door, and I let them know who I was, what the experience. Last time I was in here, they couldn't find my name, so I'm here to get signed up and to make sure that everything's good. And the lady was very nice, no problem at all. But she had trouble finding my name, and my mom physically had called them after the HR issue. So she physically went there and made sure that our names were in there. So I'm like, I know that it's in there because my mom came to make sure it was in there. She said it was all good. So when she said, well, I don't know, I said, nope, we ain't starting that. I said, if I got to get behind that computer and look myself, well. And so she was laughing. And so she finally found me and verified address and all this and that. And she said, okay, well, we'll get you a key fob, get you started. And I was like, okay, get you started, key fob. We're going to take your picture. She took my picture. She gave me a key fob. She said, there you go. This will give you access into the gym through that other door, through the door that needed the key fob. She said, and when we start the 24-hour access, you'll be able to go through that door and gain 24-hour access. But they hadn't opened that part yet. And then she said, well, you're good to go. And I said, wait, okay, I'm good to go. I said, I don't know about the machines. I don't, she says, oh, well, you just check it out and go around and do whatever you want. And so I didn't really do a whole lot of advocating for myself. I was just like, okay, obviously, I mean, she is the first person you see in the gym. She is the person who is checking the computer. She's the one who seems to be running everything behind the desk. So I would think that she would have all the information for the newcomer, and that she would relay the information. But that was it. I said, okay. And I kind of got that feeling as I talked to other people about going to this gym, that nobody really, you just kind of fumble through. You kind of fumble through figuring everything out. So I thought that was just odd. It was just odd. Why would you have such extensive programming? I mean, she never even said anything about the app, which I knew about because of what I had learned outside of the gym from other people. So I was like, well, let me look around, and if I have any questions, I'll just come back to her. So I leave and I start walking around, and I seen some ladies uh, that I knew or didn't know, but I seen some ladies sitting there, and they were just talking. And I said, "Excuse me, ladies, how y'all doing?" I said, "How long y'all been? Can I ask you a question? How long y'all been members at the gym?" They looked at each other and they're like, "Forever." And I'm like, "Well, this is my first time being a member, and I'm trying to figure out what it's like around here." And so they were very nice. They told me about the first thing they said to me, talked about, was the app. So, as an employee of a gym, a receptionist, or an intake specialist, or whatever you would call her, um, and I went during hours. It was like 4 o'clock. It was, I would think that they would say something about the app. The app, you go on, you sign on, um, and when you go to the app and you sign on to the app, you get to see, and you don't have to sign up. It can already show you what the classes are. But I learned that once I got into the app, um, that if you want to book anything, whether it be hot yoga, whether it be spin class, whether it be some type of extreme fitness stuff, boot camp, if you want to sign up, you have to sign. If you want to book, you have to sign in. So, but I got none of that particular information. So I went on the actual website. So these ladies told me about the classrooms. They showed me one classroom. They pointed and told me where the other classroom was, for the hot yoga, and what was further down. Um, and then she told me about the pool, to go through the pool, through the locker room, and that's, you can see that. And what else she showed me? But she told me a lot about, just a little bit about everything. And these were ladies that were members that were sitting there having a conversation. So I thanked them that I went to the rooms to kind of see what these rooms look like. And very nice, cool, air conditioned rooms. Everything was clean. Everything looked great. I was very impressed, especially for, because I've been in a bigger city and was in, fitness areas there. To be in a smaller city, in a smaller town, the expectation is to meet some not so favorable conditions at times. Um, but tip top, everything was great. I explored one of the fitness rooms. Once I finished exploring the fitness room, I started looking for the pool area, and the gentleman that was folding towels, he said, I said, "I'm looking for the pool area." He said, "Oh, well, you could just go through the locker rooms." And I said, "Well, where's the locker rooms?" He pointed to the direction of the locker rooms. He said, "Right there in that door." And he said, "If you go in there, you can look around." He said, "And then there's pool times." And he told me about the pool times and stuff. So, and gave me a paper with a schedule on there. Um, so then I go into the locker room. I seen lockers. Great. Okay, they got lockers. Okay, I need to get me a lock. It came up to me. I mean, my goodness. Just the mere fact that I'm even explaining all of this, these are things that should be said. these are things that should be pointed out, where the lockers are located, if you need to bring your own lock, or if we have locks, or if you need a towel. If you need a towel, I see your folding towels, but am I supposed to assume that you have a towel? Like, I mean, there is just no information. So, the facilities in the locker room, clean, really nice. Um, sinks clean, lockers, plenty of lockers to choose from, plenty of wide area to sit down and put your shoes on and off. There's a few bathroom stalls. I think there were 5 or 6 showers. There was like probably 6. Seemed like there was 2 or 4 in one, and then went around the corner and there was 2 more, and then a handicap one. Plenty of showers, hair dryers, and then I finally got through to the pool. And when I got there, I seen the lifeguard, and I was so grateful. She told me about classes at the pool. And I said, well, where is that at? He gave me the schedule of the pool, but there was no class. Anyway, she said it's on the app. I said, oh, okay. So, and then they had 2 lanes that were always open for lane swimming, and then they had the leisure time, and then with the class area. So, plenty, plenty of space, plenty of good area, recreation area, laps, being able to do laps, plenty of lap area. And so I then went into the 24-hour area, the more updated part. That's where the spin class stage was. The heavy lifting, the more extreme stuff. I really liked it. I really did. And I just only wish that they had a place, or a little more direction. And that seems to be the theme around being back in my hometown, is that people they don't give you the information that you need. You have to really search, and you have to really seek, and you have to really advocate for yourself. And it gets a little frustrating, I think, a lot too now, because I've lived back here for 2 years. And it doesn't go away. It seems to be the same. I mean, you wonder if is it me? Am I? You wonder if it's me. Is it me? Or you wonder if And then you go on this save the town attitude, where we're gonna tell everybody how to build websites, and we're gonna pass along this information. And then when people just don't take to that, and when people don't really seem to be on board so easily with all this new way of doing stuff, you just kind of get discouraged. And but then it's like, well, I just need to take care of myself, and I need to be on this health journey, a better physical health journey. And I was letting this lack of communication, or lack of information, coupled with my anxiety for starting the journey again, kind of, paralyzed me. And it was all fear-based, fear if I don't have all the information, I'm going to look stupid on these machines, or look stupid going up in here looking at things. And it is it is tough, but it's something that I've been able to overcome today. Oh shoot, I should have had my fob out here so I could put it on the video, but I got my fob, and as soon as I got out of the gym, as soon as I walked out the door that you needed to use the fob for, and let it close, and then use my fob, and it worked great. And so it worked great, so I was happy about that. Um, and then when I went to my car, I said, I'm gonna pull this app up, and I'm gonna look um, for classes, since I knew where the where the aquatic area was, and I knew where the hot yoga room was, and I knew where the core and yoga part was, room was, and I knew where the spin class room was, and I knew where the gym was. I mean the basketball and volleyball gym part was. So now I could just book it and know where I'm going. So I looked online, and it had some things that were coming up for the day, and then there had some things that were going to be coming up. So my very first class I booked was hip hop fitness. So I'm very excited about that. Hip hop fitness. Hopefully it's not too raunchy, because I am a believer in Jesus. So I'm trying to make sure that we're keeping it holy. I don't want a whole bunch of conversation, you know, and whole whole bunch of conversation. That's my neighbors. I had to wave at my neighbors. Um, but I just wanted to encourage somebody, because it is a different journey. And even though, like, this is my first time getting on here talking about my hometown journey, hopefully at some point when you see me in 6 months, I will be a little bit thinner. So we'll see. This might be my first time getting my like a weigh-in or something. You'll go back and look at this video, and I will be look so different. Even my hair will probably be different, because I could talk about my natural hair journey, which why I decided to go natural in a small town where there is only, what I say, 7 or 9% black folk. Nobody can do hair. I mean, there's people that can do hair, but nobody's consistent. So that's a whole nother journey. But I decided to go natural now. When I was in the city, I could have had my hair busted every week, every other week. I could have been doing something with this hair. And by the time I got here, it could have been, but it is what it is. I'm very grateful that I feel free. My hair don't look the best, but I'm absolutely okay with where I'm at, and I'm so grateful for that. So, my hometown experience, that's just the first little snapshot of what my experience has been. So I hope that you learned something, and if you're an employer who is in a small town, just think about things that you can help the person who may not know where everything is, or what everything is supposed to be like, or you can't assume that people have all the information. So always treat everybody like they're brand new, and give them, plenty of information. All right, you have a wonderfully blessed day. Happy October 1st.